What if happiness isn't found in getting more, but it's in appreciating what you already have? So today I just want to talk about grateful living and how it can change your life to becoming more happy and content. Okay. I know a lot of people think that happiness comes from acquiring things, buying more, having more. Sometimes it's even thought of maybe a false reality in something. Whatever it is. If I have this, I'm going to be happier. If I have money, I'm going to be more content. If I have a better job, life is just going to be easier. And I'm not saying that those things can contribute to a level of happiness. Yes, they can. But if you're in a place where maybe those things can't change instantly, or maybe you're in a really challenging situation right now, how can you be grateful and how will that help you be happier? Um, so I think for me, teaching yourself to be grateful, it's not about pretending. So let's just say that it's not about pretending, but it's about looking and choosing to find things that are good in your life, even if you're in a challenging situation or going through a rough time. Okay. Um, it's learning and teaching yourself to be thankful when times are difficult. And I know that it sounds probably strange to a lot of people. And so I just want to talk about a few situations in my life where I've put this into practice and I've tried this just to shift my mood, to shift how I'm seeing things, to shift how I'm feeling. Um, so some current ones to me is right now my dad, he's 81, he just had knee surgery. Didn't go as well as his first knee surgery because he had a stroke about a year and a half ago. His recovery time's not the same. That caused a lot of stress for my mom, a lot of stress for my dad. The hospital ended up keeping him in way longer than what they had planned. So I think he was in there Saturday, Sunday, 5 days. His last surgery, he was kind of shoot along right as he got out. And in all of that, that can create a lot of stress within the family, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of aggravation, especially with aging parents. But in that, it's to stop and go, hey, let's just be thankful that they're keeping him in instead of pushing him out of the hospital, especially in the country where I live and where we are in British Columbia. There is a shortage of beds. Everybody thinks we have amazing healthcare. We actually have a healthcare crisis going on that nobody ever talks about. That aside, I was just thankful that, the physiotherapist saw enough to keep my father in there. He had better care while he was in there. It put less strain on us as a family, less strain on my mom. There was no home support to be able to get him. So all of that was better that he was kept in. Now, in that, there can be a lot of frustration. You can sit and look a lot of the negative things that are happening, or maybe how some things were handled, or I could look at the stress that my mom and dad are under. And, I said to my mom, let's just stop focusing on everything that's hard right now and just start being thankful and think about what is good right now. And it's easy for people to do that when you're in a difficult situation or something goes wrong or things don't go the way they are. Everybody, all of us have a tendency to focus on that. What the problem is, we tell that same story over and over and over again to multiple people. It's repeated. And again, that's just human nature. But what that does is it just continues the negativity for you. It creates a downward spiral. It's not healthy for you. It's not helping you think with clarity. And it's really robbing you of a lot of happiness and joy. So in those situations, you're better to stop and look for small things that you can be thankful in. I'll share another situation. My father-in-law passed away. I guess it'll be 2 years this fall. And it's been very difficult, obviously. And through that time when he passed away, I know that we really talked about celebrating him as a person and celebrating his life. Now, that doesn't mean we didn't mourn. It doesn't mean that there wasn't tears. It doesn't mean that there wasn't, the sadness of the loss of his life, but we really focused on who he was as a person, what he did, the people he impacted, and celebrated his life. And really that brought a lot of joy in amongst the mourning. And that truly helped being able to mourn the loss of my father-in-law. And my husband was quite close to his dad. So it helped him mourn that in a healthier way. And so those are just certain circumstances that I'm giving you. Maybe you're in a tough situation and you're not where you want to be financially, or maybe your work isn't where you would like it to be. So what I'm going to say is maybe find small things to be thankful for every day. And, my husband and I often do this. We just tell each other, often before we go to bed, what are we thankful for today? And if you're having a hard time thinking about something you're thankful for, it can be really small even. Sometimes there's been days where I've literally been thankful for, the sun or the grass or my cats. It's like my cats, my family. Maybe you have pets. Just stop and look at your pet and say that you're thankful for your pet or for your child. Or for your parent or your spouse. Maybe you're outside and you just want to say be thankful for the green around you. I live in an area where it's very green because it's, lower mainland British Columbia and Canada. And it's very green here because we are technically a rainforest. And there's times where I'm out running and that's just what I focus on, how green and lush and beautiful it is. And I'm just thankful for that. Or I'm thankful for the bees. And so it sounds funny that you're looking for those little things. But what happens is it teaches you to have more gratitude towards the bigger things, like being thankful for having a roof over your head, or being thankful for having a job, or being thankful for whatever it is that you can find in amongst your circumstance. It doesn't take a lot to do some research on it, and you will quickly realize that having gratitude in life reduces your stress. It really does. It improves your emotional well-being. It strengthens relationships. Even just telling somebody in your life, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's your children, I'm thankful for you in my life. I'm very thankful that I have you in my life. That might even be hard for you to say to somebody, and that might be hard for somebody to receive. But those little things where you're focused on positive in life, it really improves your overall happiness in life. And it's not about ignoring challenges. It's not about ignoring reality. It's not about pretending. It's none of that. It's just choosing what you're focusing on. And when you focus on those things, it helps you see things better. It helps you realize that you have a good future. It helps you have more promises, more joy. So I think a few things I just want to leave with you, because I just wanted to do a short video on this, was choose gratitude. Okay? Choose it. Tell yourself today, right now, pause this video, tell yourself, what are 3 things that you're thankful for? Okay? Shift your focus. Shift yourself from thinking negative. Shift yourself if you're in a tough situation. And again, stop. Acknowledge that that's there, that that's happening. Don't live a fake life, no. But again, you're designing your life to be what you want it to be. And in amongst designing that, you can choose to be thankful and have gratitude. So stop. Shift your focus. Find joy. Find something that makes you smile, right? Find something that gives you joy. Find something that gives you happiness. I was going to pick up my cat that was right behind me, but he walked away. But find something, whether it's, you have a pet, maybe it's a family member. Think of something that'll make you smile. Think of a memory of something. Find something to focus on, right? There's so much in the world right now that is negative. There's so much on social media that just comes at you. We take in more information in a day than I think some people used to take in a year, probably a generation ago. So think about that. Think about stop, pause, choose gratitude, shift your focus, find joy, and smile. You can do those simple things today, and it will help change your perspective. Remember, happiness isn't about getting more. It's about choosing what you focus on. All right, I hope you liked this video. If you do, share it, please, and subscribe. Have a great day. Take care.